quickly here since we're in front of the other group and we all can ride, you know. So we'll take a couple pictures. Yeah. Maybe on the way back around I'll tell you more history of this part here because this is the ghost town. It's like the main event really. But we'll just stay ahead of that other group. They have a lot going on. If you guys could notice, when they came around that turn, they were probably trying to play catch up with their guide and went too fast into the turn and up the sidewall. You guys don't have to catch up to me. I'll be waiting right here at this stop for you. The next stop, I'll still be waiting for you. What's best for us is just to maintain confidence, go slow, and just stay on the trail. At no point you're ever going to lose me, okay? But that's the only thing I can think of that happened with them. They probably tried to catch up, went too fast, and just went right in. As you guys can tell, the wind and the cold weather from last night is really giving up the snowpack. It's a little catchy. So just be mindful of that going into turns as well, okay? You guys want any pictures or anything while we're here? Like I said, we'll be back around and we can do it again on the second time if you want to keep moving.
Okay, let's go.
We come right out of this.
Oh, yeah.
But just, I want to stay ahead of that other group.
Yeah, I was wondering what happened there.
You ready, Eric?
Yep.
Yeah,
What's
they just went too fast and then went up. Also, if you go up on the sides thinking you're gonna have fun, it doesn't work that way. You usually flip or it gets stuck like that. So just the road's the right way. If your snowmobile is starting to overheat, get my attention, and that's why I'm going off the sides of the trail to help cool down my snowmobile. So if that's happening to your snowmobile, we'll just switch and I'll get it cooled down for you guys, okay?
How do you know?
What's up?
How do you know?
It'll tell you in big red letters. Hot.
Or it'll just see us.
Yeah, or it'll just, that's what happened to that other guy. That's why we switched. It hit 200 and it stopped. Eric, are you ready, buddy?
Yep.
We'll come back through here. Alright, cool. So this is the Airbnb I was telling you guys about by the Ilium Valley down there. This is also like the highest will be, around 11,300 feet or so. Just underneath the Palmyra Peak in the South Face Basin. I don't know if you guys have been out skiing yet, but the top of Chair 12 is just over this bluff right here. I don't think we can see it just yet. Oh, there's people hiking probably. So you get off of Chair 12 and go left, and you hike up to the top of the summit here. It takes about an hour and a half to hike, and then you ski the northwest facing chutes coming down. Super good skiing. Also pretty gnarly. I think the face is around 50 degrees, 55 degrees or so. Pretty steep. Over to our left here, you can see this big rock wall. Those two washouts right there are popular backcountry ski drops. So the one on the left is called the Wire. You need a 60-meter rope to rappel down into it. You ski down to the middle, rappel some more cliffs, and ski the rest of the way out.
Have you done that?
Not that one, no. That's a little too gnarly for me.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
All the other ones you can see, I would probably ride, except for those two. So the observatory there was built, I believe, by two brothers or two friends. They used this truck to shuttle all the supplies up to build the observatory. Obviously broke down. I'm sure they're hammering on it to get it up here. Nowadays the road is in pretty good shape, and not this point here, but that bottom powder field down there, that's actually one of the lakes. Right behind me as well is another lake, but you can get your motor vehicles up to that first lake there. Really good fishing. There's campground all around that lake, so you can park your vehicle and have a nice stay up here. It's pretty sweet. The wooden structures you see over here, the big one up above the smaller building there is it's called a trestle. So what the miners would do is they would build these trussels going directly into the mines. And when they would fill up their mine cart with all the minerals and ores, the unwanted minerals that they didn't need, they would wheel them out and either dump them down into probably another car to catch them and unload them elsewhere, because it doesn't look like the pile's very big here, or they would just dump them over the edge. So we call those tilling piles, from them chiseling out rock to get to the precious gold that the guys were looking for around here. Pretty unique little area, pretty sweet. As you can see, it's kind of worth that $1,200 to $1,500 a night to stay at that observatory. And I can take pictures of you guys if you want a family photo or anything like that. Yeah, you guys get ready here, get the bus. We got the structures and the rocks. Very pretty. Alright, 3, 2, 1. Now let me get a vertical.
Alright.
One more, guys. 3, 2, 1.
I hope they're covered up and I'm smiling. I know. Cheese!
Truck is cool.
Old truck?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that right about here, you guys?
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. You want to try these? Stand in that.
Your hands are cold?
Yeah, that didn't work.
3, 2,
Oh, you want to switch?
No,
We're good.
I got a warmer in here. I just
3,
have very
2,
cold hands
1.
always.
Unless you want to drive a little.
You said you want the truck too?
Yeah, handlebars. Definitely get one. On twos are pretty close.
Did she get the red door?
stand up at the front of it if you'd like, and then we can.
You want? We could potentially
There
want
you
a
go.
photo of you and Leslie.
All right,
Got my
3,
camera here.
2, 1.
Thank you.
I would start with one of them because they don't use it.
So he stated
Yeah, we could swap with one of
Yeah,
them and see if it
there's-
works.
So we have this right up here. This is one of the mountain stays that we have up high away from all the rest of the folks. If you go south a little
Ready?
ways, over Lizard Neck Pass, there's also another one called High Camp back in that one. It's not as high up though. It's probably just like 300 to 500 feet below this one. Actually, it's probably a lot lower. It's because it's below tree line. Up here, we're like right at tree line, which is right at that 11,300 foot mark. But High Camp's a little bit nicer. They don't have electricity in that one like they do here, but that one's still nice. They have a wood-heated sauna over at the High Camp hut. This one has the wood-heated hot tub. I can't remember what else. I'm usually partying on that one. The other one I ski at. This one's been party days. I can't remember what all this one has though.
Good party days, huh?
Yeah, pretty good for me not to remember.
I know.
I think it was like years ago when I was younger. I started staying at High Camp like 3 years ago, where I started getting my stuff together. But it's wicked fun. You load all your cases of beer up on that Snowcat, and they shuttle everything up for you.
cool idea.
Super cool.